Bernard Tobin here at the Ontario Soil Network annual meeting here. Really a group of 40 farmers who come together to work on soil, soil health, soil conservation. They're sharing their ideas and actually just trying to make the province's soil better, their own farm soil better. And I've got a chance to catch up with a few of them here today, joined now by Mark Richards from Dresden. Hey Mark, how's it going?
Not too bad, Bernard. How's you?
I'm pretty good. Hey, tell us about your farm in Dresden.
We farm just northwest of Dresden, have some land in God's country in Chatham Township, farm some Dawn Township clay, a little bit of blow sand, processing tomatoes, sugar beets for Michigan Sugar Company, corn, soybeans, and wheat, and extensive use of cover crops. We grow some of our own rye for cover crop seed. Work with my cousin and his son, and one full-time employee, and seasonal labor as needed.
Awesome. So, you're here as a member of the Ontario Soil Network. What gets you involved?
I think I have some things to share. We've been trying a bunch of different ideas. We're interseeding corn, making better use of cover crops in the tomato production cycle, use of strip till in tomatoes, sugar beets, corn, and no-till in our other crops. But I also want to try and get some information from others. Part of the goal, I think, of the Soil Network is to give us a network to share ideas in, and you can bounce ideas and refine ideas and maybe get better execution of your ideas. And at the same time, you could teach others what you're doing, and maybe they've struggled with some of the things you've figured out.
Catching up now with Charlene Wadden, who farms about an hour west of Ottawa in Douglas. Hey, thanks for taking the time and stopping by.
Thank you very much.
I've been asking farmers here today why they joined the Ontario Soil Network. What brings you here?
Well, my husband and I have about 265 acres, and some of it is quite sloping ground. We also front on 4 different municipal drains, so there's a lot of concern with soil quality, water quality, keeping everything where it should be. The soil in the fields and the water in the ditches, and keeping everything healthy.
What about, you've spent a day here now with this group. What have you learned? Are you excited about being a part of it for the next 2 years?
I am excited, yes. I think it's a great initiative and very well thought out. They're giving us a lot of preparation, so I think it'll be an excellent endeavor for the next couple of years.
Awesome. Catching up now with Eric KAISER from Napanee. Hey, Eric, tell me about your farm. Whereabouts you based? Obviously in Napanee. A little bit of history there.
We're southwest of Napanee. We're on Hay Bay and the Bay of Quinte. We're on a point between the two. 1,350 acres and wall-to-wall neighbors, none of whom want to know anything about farming. And we're in the middle with a significantly sized farm and a large livestock operation.
Now, what are some of the challenges on your farm or opportunities when it comes to soil management?
It's very difficult soil, and we're all sloped toward the water, so we don't want nutrients and soil to disappear. We got 6 inches of topsoil to feed the world with, and I have now 3 generations on the farm, my son and my grandson, and I'd like it to stay there for long after they're needing the land and needing the soil. So we're trying to keep it where it is.
What about this soil network? Now, how is that going to help? Obviously, lots of sharing ideas on both ways.
Exactly. Yes, we've been following soil management programs for 20 years or more. But we're always looking to learn new things, and that's why we want to be involved with the Soil Network. There's lots of ideas, there's lots of ingenuity out there in the agricultural community, and we'd like to participate in that ingenuity.
Awesome. Hey, tell us about, I guess, 1 or 2 things that you've done on your farm that you're really proud of that have really pushed your management up in your soil health.
I think the biggest thing, well, there's a lot of things, but one of the things I'd like to highlight is surface water control as much as possible. We're 100 feet vertical from the peak of the farm to Hay Bay, and it's all downhill, and it's all going there. So we have diversion berms, grass waterways, dams and surface inlets. We have a lot of physical features that we've installed to try and keep particularly the spring runoff from the snow melt from eroding the soil and carrying nutrients to the water.
Joined now by Tim Williams. Hey, Tim, part of the Soil Network now. Tell me about your farm.
We farm, my family farms near Petrolia, Ontario. We run about 1,000 acres there. Cash crop.
Yeah. Tell me about what brings you to the network here. I mean, 40 people, pretty interesting room, lots of soil information to share. Why are you here?
I think the key is that it's a network. And we have 40 other farmers with similar ideas about conserving their soil, no-till, cover crops, and doing generally good soil management on the farm.
Yeah.
And it gives us an opportunity to kick ideas off of one another, take those good ideas home, and then maybe transfer that information to my neighbors.
Yeah. Tell me about your farm. Any opportunities or challenges that you want to tackle or have been able to tackle on the farm?
Yeah, we do a lot of no-till and some minimal tillage. I think there's a lot of problems in my area on the heavier ground with compaction. And working with that compaction, things we can do, maybe more buffer strips, and ways to avoid that compaction in a more permanent way. Maybe taking some small pieces of land out of production that aren't doing very well that might make me more money, better income in the long run by not using some of that land.
Right. So some decisions to make and actually some learnings to be had from this group.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Catching up now with Steve Sickle from St. George, Ontario. Now, Steve is, a graduate, a mentor, an alumni of the Ontario Soil Network. Went through the first class together. Based on your experience, what do you tell people about the Ontario Soil Network when they ask you?
Well, it's about our journey with soil health on our farm, but it's also about meeting new people and finding out for new or something new that they're on the same journey as I was, not knowing they're on the other side of the county or around other country roads experiencing the same trouble and successes that I've had at home.
Yeah. So you, when you got involved with the network, you realized there's some of your neighbors were included in the group, right, or close by?
Absolutely. I thought I was alone doing cover crops and doing soil health, and then I started talking and having meetings. It's like, hey, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They're failing and succeeding.
Yeah.
So it's, hey, I've got some people that I can mentor and talk to figure out successes and failures on my own.
Awesome. Talk about successes and failures. You don't have to talk too much about the failures, but what are you doing on your farm? What are you, from a soil health perspective, what are some of the practices that you're pursuing?
Tillage is a swear word to me now, but I had some challenges with slugs, so now I'm incorporating a little bit of tillage just to try and wreck their environment a little bit. I use lots of manure. I've got cows of my own, grazing more and more year-round. I still have the cows in the barn, but I'm starting to see on my own home farm less slug pressure and less bug pressure, reducing my chemical inputs and using that as cover crop seed. The other rented farms, I'm further back on the journey, but I can see what I've done at home and doing that on my rented farms, and people are coming to me with, hey, do that on my farm, please.
Talk about, I guess, the 2 years with this group. I mean, obviously you met some people, you got a network. Any practices, what are your key learnings?
Keep the ground covered.
Yeah.
Keep living roots in the soil year-round. Minimize disturbance. Let nature do your tillage, and cows. Yeah. I'm bringing cows back and trying to graze more of my acres, putting up more fence.
What do you tell? Final question. What do you tell these people we met today? A new group of farmers are going to be involved in this. What to expect, how to set their own expectations, or what they can get from this program.
Don't be scared. It's portrayed as knowledge and telling people, and I'm not a public speaker, but it's easy when you get in your own field and talking to just a few people, few farmers such as yourself. It's fairly easy talking one-on-one or 1 to 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, and part of the goal here is actually to spread the word, extend the network, and as I say, get other people involved. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Talking now with Kathy ROTHERMEL. She farms on Wolf Island, not far from here, from the meeting here. Kathy, how's it going?
Very well. I'm so pleased to be here today. I wasn't planning to be here. It just sort of happened. And it's great to find a group of people who are interested in similar topics as myself.
Hey, tell me about your farm. I guess any challenges and opportunities from a soil perspective?
I'm actually a vegetable seed producer, organic certified seed. And we have lots of challenges. Our soil is heavy clay. and erosion's been a problem, water and wind erosion. So we've put together a permaculture plan for our farm where we've replanted the hedgerows. We do cover cropping. We till as little as possible to bring the soil back to a healthy, just healthier than it was when we started.
Yeah. Tell me about farming on Wolf Island. Tell me about the soil. Any specific challenges being on the island?
The island is a wonderful community. There are old-time farmers and new-time farmers. It's challenged getting product off the island, so that's always an issue. But it's been, I think that the soil is difficult because it is heavy clay soil. But so it's working with it on its own time. You've got to work with it, not against it.
Yeah. So 2 years, I think the program runs here. What are you hoping to sort of take back to the farm over this period of time to, as I say, put to work on your soil?
Well, I'd like to learn more about specific timings on cover crops. The year is short, and you'll get so few opportunities to actually trial something. So it'd be nice to call on the experience of this group to cut down on the amount of learning time that we need to make improvements on our farm.
Awesome. Hey, I've been here for most of the day. Lots of learning here. Lots of folks to learn from. I think you're going to learn a lot.
Super. Thanks very much.
Thank you.